you guys! Today I wanted to explain to you what a PNG file is. If you ever bought a digital stamp from our site, or maybe somewhere else, and maybe you got the file that had the ending PNG, you might be wondering, why do they send out a JPEG and a PNG? So maybe I just go ahead and I place like a JPEG. I'm using in this example the Halloween bundle set. So this is a JPEG. So I have this one image and you don't see any difference, but if I add a second one, you probably see that this white box is cutting off the other image, and that is a JPEG. So let's say you would want to build a scene, this kind of, it's not going to go anywhere unless you place them far apart, and that is not really giving you many possibilities. So I'm going to delete them from my page, and instead I go into this folder. That's where I placed all the PNGs. So I'm going to take the same character, which is a monster kid. I'm going to resize him, making him much smaller, which is always so cool with digital stamps that you can do that. And then I add this tiger kid, this kid in the costume. And as you can see, it doesn't have the white box anymore. So this is a PNG, and that is the advantage of the PNG. So you can it looks more natural, and it really allows you to build scenes. Now you might think like, I think he would be better on the other side. Or you might think, I want that monster in front. So you can go to the arrange section. That's how it is called in Pages. I work in Pages, but it's very similar to Word. So I'm not exactly where you find that function in Word, but I'm sure they have it. So now you have those two kids next to each other, and now I'm gonna go ahead and choose the little witch, which is the third character. I always think of her as an older sister or something. She always looks a little bit older and more confident. So she is maybe a little bit taller. That's just the story that I make. You're gonna make your own story with this scene if you're planning to play around with it. So so you could say, well, this is nice, I'm gonna leave it like that, and you're done. But in this bundle I also added other elements that allow you to build a scene, like this Halloween fence. It's obviously too big, so you can scale it smaller. You can place the kids behind the fence, but that's not nice. You want to let them in, right? They get some candy. So there, I have to bring it backward again. Of course, you can maybe you built the scene differently. Maybe you're starting with a fence and you don't have to do that. So now they're maybe in the gate here. There's a fence to the left, a fence to the right. So you could be done now, but maybe you feel like the scene could have some more, and then you could go ahead and add this little pumpkin. Or maybe you have other digital stamps that you can add. I just can't wait what you guys come up with. So there's a little jack-o'-lantern. So that's kind of neat, right? I also included two Happy Halloween sentiments. One time the happy and Halloween, the two words are next to each other. In the other one, they are in two lines. So I think I like that. Of course you want to have in mind how big you want to have your card that you create. So it's a big card, a small card, and you just scale it accordingly. I also added a little moon, which is of course just a round circle. It's full moon, but I figured then you don't have to bother on how do you create a circle in your Word or Pages, or I don't know where you build this. So if you want a whole moon, you can make it a ginormous moon in the background. Like that. Oh, not like that, like that. Ooh. I mean, if you imagine to cut this out, you can color the whole scene. I think that's nice. I make the moon a little bit smaller right now, and I'm just gonna add I also have a little, oh yeah, there it is, the flying witch. Boom. See, it's just a silhouette of this little witch. So she is about to fly through the moon. I mean, it's Halloween night, I guess, so. Last but not least, I also added a little spider for some, if you like to play around with details. So this little spider could just hang off this Halloween word maybe. Or she is even smaller and the Halloween spider just hangs off that little broom. Maybe you create some cards for your kids to color, and I mean, I think they like little stuff like that to discover. Or maybe this, if you take this guy out, maybe he's playing with that little spider. So that is just up to you. I'm sure you have ideas that are not even thought of, which is always amazing. So there you have it. This is basically the advantage of PNGs and digital stamps, that you can change the size the way you like it. I mean, of course, you don't have to use all of the elements. You can just make a pretty simple card. Maybe just like that. Oh, I did it not like that. That would be kind of boring. Just a white page. But like that. Or you'd use the other. I mean, I think this bundle gives you plenty of opportunities and a lot of ways to color. And yeah, think about the size you want to print it out before, and then you're ready to color up a couple of Halloween images. So I really hope this helps to explain what a PNG is for, and I hope you could see the difference from, or the advantage on when to use a PNG. And the JPEG is basically if you don't want to build a scene, you're planning to cut it out, and yeah, you're done. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye.